How is an acupuncturist with a little tiny clinic with like one employee prove that they are of national importance, that they deserve a green card and they can cut in line? They don't have to go through the normal labor certificate process, the perm process, and just skip like a year, 2 years ahead. Hi everyone, my name is Joseph. I'm the managing partner here at Tsang and Associates, where we solve legal problems with creative solutions. So the legal problem was that the client was here in the United States on a different status and they wanted the green card. The difficult part of it is that they're acupuncturists, and normally you want to go through the whole perm applications, but they own their own clinic. It's difficult, right? Because self-petitioning EB-2, EB-3 cases are always hard. But it's possible to do it on the NIW, National Interest Waiver, because you don't need a sponsor. You can self-file. We first focused on whether or not this person had an advanced degree and they fulfill the EB-2 classification for advanced degree. That wasn't hard for them because they've had many, many years of work experience as an acupuncturist. They have certificates. They don't necessarily have like major awards, but they're like certified both in the US and overseas, back in China, right? So we start by showing this isn't a normal person. They already fulfill all the basic EB-2 requirements. Now, the only issue with this case is whether or not what they're going to do is so important that it deserves to waive this crazy long process. There's a couple prongs to National Interest Waiver: that the foreign national's proposed endeavor has both substantial merit and national importance, that the foreign national is well positioned to advance the proposed endeavor, that on balance, it would be beneficial to the United States of America to waive the requirements of a job offer and thus of a labor certification. And the argument we made, we spent a lot of time thinking about it, is that this acupuncture survived and thrived and helped the United States and the local walk through, live through, suffer through one of the most traumatic times in this decade, maybe the century. The global pandemic and COVID has wrecked the United States. Hospitals were shut down. Nurses had a crazy amount of shortage. Doctors, leave of absence, not enough hotel beds. The United States was tested. And I can't say that the United States passed with flying colors. This person who owns this clinic was able to live through this experience and able to help so many patients in this area. Does that deserve a national interest waiver? Not necessarily, but here is where the argument comes in. They have done this. They are well positioned to do it again, should it arise. And that is the beautiful thing about EB-2 applications. The EB-2 NIW is created so that people are well positioned to solve something that is of national importance. And it may fail, but at least you are here in case it does. How many acupuncturists that are certified by the board, that have experience, that have a clinic in the US, that know how the US system works, and is able to actually prove that they were able to thrive, the ability to pay for their current employees and give treatment to US citizens and lawful permanent residents? Not that many, and therefore this person deserves a green card, because a pandemic can happen at any time, and if it happened once, it could potentially happen again. And there are plenty of WHO memos that say that the next pandemic that hits the US, that the US is not well positioned to go through it again. So that's essentially the argument in the first few pages on why our client is of national importance and why they're well positioned. It kind of just matches that argument. And then, of course, on balance as a whole, what is the US sacrificing, right? He has to wait an extra couple years normally, like normal people. Well, then just let him cut in line, because he is that important. I didn't know that if this case would be approved or not, but that was the best argument we could come up with. And you know what? We didn't get a request for evidence. The case was immediately approved. And so we're very, very happy that, that this is our first acupuncture EB-2 NIW case. So just want to share that with you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Our team worked a lot on it, and we use this as a story for everybody else to inspire, to tackle things that's otherwise impossible, but don't be afraid. And it's really just about coming up with the best argumentation. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Take care. Bye-bye.